Hi everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Tokyo Xanadu EX Plus. And so last time out we went into the eclipse. We did the optional eclipse for this chapter. And we also got all the side quests completed. And so that's all that's left really to do now is to do the friendship episodes for all for the characters, and we started off that off last week with our doing the friendship episode with Asuka, and so now we're starting off this week talking to Yuuki, and so he's pretty much hanging out, and he said that he was going over to the arcade. Have some fun, and so we decided to join him, and kind of got our asses kicked there by Yuuki. He's good at this kind of shit, apparently. I've never really, that's the thing, I've never seen these kind of big multiplayer kind of arcade machines or arcade gaming stations over here. They're not really that, arcade gaming isn't really that big of a thing over in the UK anymore. It's more of it's a Japanese thing, I think, mainly, because I know that Sega have a big, make a fuck ton of money from arcade machines and that kind of thing. Because apparently they had like a Luigi's Mansion arcade machine, which sounds like really fucking cool. But anyway. So yeah, we don't really have these over here, but Ko decided to go off to get some drinks, and Yuuki got into it with some guys playing online, I guess. And so now Ko's decided, I'm gonna jump in, I'm gonna help you out here, buddy, and so yeah, and we won. The co-op play is pretty fun too. So yeah, I kind of like this. Basically, Yuuki getting a bit of co-op gaming, which he didn't really get to do all that much because he usually just plays by himself. So it's kind of a nice little cute moment that, you know, him and Ko get a bit closer. Anyway, so now we're meeting up with Ryouta at the kendo dojo in the school. So yeah, he can't practice for another couple of weeks, but he's getting impatient and he really wants to get back into training again, because, you know, Ryouta does seem like a very impatient motherfucker when it comes to getting you know, healing up and stuff like that after his after he got injured during the last chapter. So yeah, let's help him out a little bit. Help him out with some light stretches and a bit of training. By the way, this can't be comfortable for Ko. To be fair, for either of them, doing push-ups in your school uniform, that can't be good. That must suck. I don't know why they didn't bother to include like a gym outfit for them here, just to make it a bit, you know, because I don't know, maybe it doesn't make a lot of sense to me to want to do push-ups in your school uniform and your shirt and trousers. That must really suck. Yeah, apparently Ko's grandfather has a bit of a reputation, kind of a bit of a hard ass, a bit of a taskmaster, which Ryouta isn't ready for. And we have a little thing here where Ryouta feels like Ko's being a bit distant. It's not kind of hanging out with him as much. And I like this little moment here where he's kind of like, look, if anything's up, you know you can talk to us at any point, and we'll help you out whenever you want to. So I kind of like that little moment with them. And stretches on our friendship Ryouta has deepened. By the way, that's a bit of a spoiler. The fact that he has a level there, it's kind of a bit of a spoiler. But anyway, moving on, we've got 2 more to go through. So let's talk to Shiori first, who's hanging out in the library. So let's stay with Shiori for a little while. Hang out a little bit. So let's hang out and read some books. That sounds like a fun time. But anyway, romantic action novel with swords and magic. Bloody hell, that sounds cool. I wonder if that is a reference to a red-headed character. No, but it does sound very... you know what, to be fair, I will say that. To be fair, that could be any kind of anime protagonist, to be honest. Or any kind of anime story, really. Romantic book with a romantic story with kind of swords and sorcery. So many. Oh god, he's starting to fall asleep. Is something gonna happen? Oh, he's falling asleep. It is nice that she doesn't get too offended, though, that he's falling asleep while hanging out with her. Of course, we have to have the lap pillow moment. That's a bit of a anime staple as well. So, yeah. I kind of like that moment. And I also like how Ko kind of points out, it could be rumours about us if if we don't do that, don't do that too much, man. We could start people could start starting rumours about us, so that's not particularly good. And of course she gets the thing, gets another jab in about, maybe you shouldn't be working too much here, Ko. You're going a bit far here. But anyway. Ugh, sorry. So we met up with Shiori. Now it's time for our final friendship episode of the chapter. So yeah, we're going to be hanging out and talking to the school council, the student council president. Fuck, my brain. Student council president Mitsuki. So let's hang out with her for a little while. Because this, yeah, she got introduced around the very end of chapter 3 with it's basically how we were able to find out who Yuuki was, and and find out that he was the one who was making the God's app and that kind of thing. And so this is really the first chapter where we can I guess find out a little bit more about her. Something else as well that I kind of like is that chapter 3 you kind of just get a little quick kind of conversation with her near the end of the chapter. And then in this chapter, in chapter 4, not to go into too much detail in it, but she's not a prominent character. Sorry, she's not a prominent character. She's not a prominent character in chapter 4, but she does show up a little bit more, and you do, talk to her a bit more until she finally becomes a party member. I think in chapter, I'm trying to remember. I think she becomes a party member in chapter 5. I'm pretty sure. But it's either 5 or 6. And yeah, she has a fair bit of... She has a fair bit of stuff. She's quite a mysterious character. When you first meet her, has a fair stuff going on in the background with her that we don't really find out about for quite a while. But yeah, I like her first introduction with the story. With her friendship episode. It's more kind of pointing out the work ethic that she has and how much work she puts into everything, and how she's kind of similar to Ko in a lot of ways, where she's kind of trying to do everything for everybody else and kind of working herself quite hard, that kind of thing. So we find out a bit about her, but won't find out the majority of the stuff until chapters like 5 and 6 onwards. So we've got a little while to wait. But anyway, we're done with the friendship episodes. So now Ko's going to work. So that's the end of free time. So we're going to be continuing this story now. So we got 4,000 yen as payment for our job. Helping out at the boutique Nomad, who we went to as part of June's friendship episode in chapter 3. So there we go. Oh, that's a familiar voice. Alright, let's continue. Oh look, it's those two pricks who messed with June earlier in the chapter. And that's Rion. Getting herself into fucking trouble again. I love Ko here, he's like, for fuck's sake. Why now when I'm absolutely knackered? Can't you do this another time? For fuck's sake. Just leave me alone, boys. Can we just stop? I don't know why they bother here, girl in hat. She's got such a well-defined kind of character design with the pink hair and golden eyes that it's kind of pointless in, kind of saying, oh, this is the girl with glasses. You don't know her. Honest to God, you don't. But, yeah, it's kind of a silly little point, but whatever. Although I do like how Ko is here as well, that he's kind of like, just kind of being a little bit of a smart ass. He's kind of like, oh, he's good. Using his matrix powers to kind of dodge out of the way. Language. Yeah, apparently Ko's pretty good, but I guess the fact is that he's been training with Sora and with his granddad a fair bit, so he should know a bit about self-defense at this point. Ugh. Sorry. To be fair, it's time for you guys to fuck off. Okay. Something's going on. Uh-oh. What's going on? Oh my god, their eyes are going red. Oh my god, they're using Kaioken. Yeah, this is kind of an odd moment. So, yeah, apparently they're using something here to kind of increase their power, increase their strength, but oh, look at us. Shio's decided to show up and save our ass like he saved June at the beginning of the chapter. That's grateful. Apparently Shio's fucking strong then. Able to hold that guy while he's been powered up. Of course, we'll find out where they get this power from in a little bit. We're not going to find out in this part. We'll find out a bit more later about it later on. Okay. So yeah, the leader of the gang, leader of this gang is wanted by leader of this gang wants Shio. That's interesting. So it must be known to him just a little bit then. We'll find out more about that later on in the chapter as well. It's because Shio and his relationship to this Blaze gang is a major part of the story for this chapter. So yeah, he's still kind of putting up the jerky kind of a persona, kind of a hard ass persona. He's like, did you really think you could hide your... Okay, that's kind of rude. Yeah, so... Yeah, and this is a valid point. Why is Rion walking outside and all by herself in the middle of the night? At this time, when there isn't really anything... Well, there's not anything around here. Oh, apparently she lives around here. On my way home. Which then, of course, brings up the question of, okay then, if you're on your way home now, where have you been? Where have you been at night? Out so late then? Ko's got his head on straight here to get to that point. It's like, oh shit. I've been found out. Sorry, my apologies. My throat is garbage again. Again, Ko is too smart to get, to be thrown off by these obvious bullshit stuff. Yeah, so she's just running off. So yeah. Being a bit nice to us anyway. Oh, she's blushing. How nice. But yeah. We don't really find out what the hell's going on with Rion at this point. I think it is... I think it's chapter 5 when we find out what's going on with her and why she was out late at night at this point. So we won't be finding that out until next chapter, really. And she didn't jump in at any point. Thanks. I was just fine, apparently. Oh, that was a bit of a glitch. Anyway. So yeah, it all kind of links together that basically she was looking at those guys and seeing what was going on. So yeah. Something's going on with the Blaze Gang, and it looks like it could be, as Asuka is kind of involved, it looked like it looks like it could be related to the eclipse. But like I say, we won't be finding out about that for a little while longer yet. We're still in the initial investigation phase, ladies and gentlemen, so we've got a while to go yet. Superhuman power. So yeah, apparently since the Blaze have come back to the fore, they've been doing a lot of violent crimes. And there's been stories about them doing superhuman kind of stuff. Yeah, that was a really bad way of putting it. But superhuman feats of strength in their attacks. So seems as if all this stuff could be related to the eclipse. By the way, I apologise for those glitches earlier. I think you got the... Thank God it didn't ruin anything too much. We, we still got the gist of what's going on with the story. Ugh. Still annoys me though when it happens. Anyway. Damn right, Yuuki. It's freaky as fuck. So he showed up out of the blue and it's perfect timing. So yeah, at this point we kind of know as well that Shio is going after the Blaze as well, so that's a bit of a complication here, that, you know, a normal dude is trying to go after these guys who might have something to do with the eclipse. I actually like this little back and forth between Sora and Yuuki as well. It actually kind of sets up the side chapter, which happens after this chapter. So yeah, time to investigate and try and get some more info on the Blaze. Sure beats glass anyway. Sure. Yeah, so it's going to be used, and it can be, yeah. Soul device can only be used in the eclipse, or where it's affected by the eclipse. Only near the eclipse. So yeah, and that's kind of important when it comes to combat situations in this particular chapter. But anyway, that's going to be it for this part of Tokyo Xanadu EX Plus. Join me next time when we'll be heading off into town to try and find out more information about the Blaze and what's going on with their possible ties to the eclipse. So join me next time for the next part of Tokyo Xanadu EX Plus. See you next time.